Black Doom somehow survived 2005's Shadow the Hedgehog. Like many of you out there, I assumed that Black Doom's appearance in Sonic X Shadow Generations was due to the meddling of the Time Eater and its chaotic ability to reach into the past and pull villains and monsters seemingly at random. But if you check out the full 14-minute upload of the Dark Beginnings prequel, you may start to think differently. A newly added post-credit scene of what appears to be Black Doom waking up in an Ark observation room really makes you wonder if he was just straight up alive all this time. This whole thing is kind of insane considering the total destruction of the Black Arms in Shadow the Hedgehog. For those of you who may not remember, spoiler alert, after defeating Devil Doom, Black Doom's true form, Super Shadow used Chaos Control to launch the Black Comet into outer space, right into the path of the Eclipse Cannon, which totally obliterated the comet and all who inhabited it. Presumably, Black Doom perished on the surface of Earth after his defeat. So, how exactly did he survive? Well, a few people have theorized that Black Doom is like the evolutionary apex of a parasite. The Black Arms are hive-minded, and all of them came from Black Doom. The larval form of a Black Arms member is the Death Leech, which are these creepy little blob things seen in the Shadow the Hedgehog game and the Dark Beginnings prequel. Even though most of these things would have been destroyed along with the Black Comet, it does make you wonder if any survived and what would happen to them if they did. Given enough time, could a single Death Leech regenerate Black Doom's physical body if his consciousness inhabited it for long enough? Is it possible that the Death Leech seen in the Dark Beginnings prequel could go on to do this? It makes you wonder what happened to most of these samples and experiments after the events of Shadow the Hedgehog. If the Ark and everything inside it was just sealed off and left to rot, this would be the perfect place for Black Doom to regenerate in secret. Who's to say this was the only Death Leech aboard the Ark in the first place? It's interesting to think about because the post-credit scene seemingly confirms that, unlike the bosses encountered in Sonic Generations being manifested by the Time Eater's interference, Black Doom has been in some kind of life support or stasis aboard the Ark for an unknown amount of time. I took a closer look at both scenes of the Death Leech and Doom's Awakening to see if they took place in a similar room, but it doesn't look as if that's the case, so this theory could be nothing. But I do find it very interesting that Doom wakes up in an observation room, judging by this window, and that looks to be Shadow's destination by the end of the first mission in the upcoming game. Thankfully, we don't have much longer to wait to find out. Only one more week, until we get answers to a lot of the questions fans have been asking since the announcement of Sonic X Shadow Generations. How did Black Doom survive? How does he tie into the Time Eater? Is it possible that he has some degree of control over the events of Sonic Generations? As a fan who grew up playing and loving the insane tonal pivot of the Shadow the Hedgehog game, this is like being a kid at Christmas for me. I can't wait to find out more, but what about you? Are you going to pick the game up? What excites you the most about it? Let me know what you think, and of course, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and maybe subscribe. The button right here should be glowing right about now, but given how YouTube constantly changes their layout, it could be like here instead, so yeah. Thanks for watching.